was there that night. October 31st, Paris. The city was alive with masks and laughter, drenched in fake fear and plastic blood. But real fear doesn't make noise. It waits. And that night, I learned what it feels like when it finally wakes up. The museum was silent. Rain was tapping softly against the glass ceiling, but even that sound felt distant. The air was heavy, thick with dust, humidity, and the weight of centuries. I was just a night attendant, one of those people no one remembers seeing. I had been assigned to assist during a private midnight visit. 2 guests only, Sean Carter and Beyoncé Knowles. They arrived just before midnight. A black car pulled quietly into the courtyard. They stepped out, graceful, calm, but distant. There was something off about them, something hollow. No guards, no cameras. Just the 2 of them, and a small wooden box. That box was the beginning of everything. I watched from a distance. Private visits by celebrities weren't unusual, but this one felt different. The air seemed to change the moment they entered. The chandeliers trembled slightly. A cold wind moved through the stone corridors. And somewhere deep within the museum's old alarm system, a red light flickered. No siren, no sound, just a pulse. Like the building itself was rejecting them. Beyoncé held the box as if it were sacred. When she lifted her head, our eyes met. There was no light in her gaze. It wasn't the look of a performer, or a woman, or even a person. It felt ancient, predatory, as if something else was looking through her. The glance lasted less than a second, but I swear something inside me broke. Jay-Z didn't speak. His face carried a strange kind of surrender, the expression of a man who had already gone too far to turn back. He followed her in silence, and together they disappeared into the forbidden section of the museum, the Egyptian wing, the place of tombs, rituals, and curses. I shouldn't have followed them, but curiosity is humanity's oldest sin. So I did. They stopped in front of a cracked stone statue, something older than the museum itself. Beyoncé placed the box at its feet. She brushed off the dust, revealing a carved symbol, an open eye surrounded by twisting, serpent-like lines. And as I watched, the lines began to move. Not like a trick of the light. They shifted, rearranging themselves like something alive. The lamps flickered. The light retreated, corridor by corridor. Jay-Z looked up. There was a mirror high above the wall. He was staring at his own reflection, but what looked back wasn't him. Same face, different eyes. Then came the silence, thick, suffocating, absolute. Even the rain outside stopped. And in that stillness, Beyoncé opened the box. What came out wasn't sound, but vibration, a deep, ancient hum that crawled inside my head. The air bent, the wall shivered, and I felt something slide behind my eyes. When I woke up, it was morning. Police had sealed the museum. No footage, no evidence, no visitors. But one painting was missing. In its place, only a burn mark on the marble. Every year since then, when Halloween night comes, Paris falls silent again. The same stillness, the same breathless pause, as if the city remembers what happened. And I remember too. The box, the eyes, the silence that wasn't silence. Some artworks aren't meant to be seen. Some are meant to see you. Jay-Z and Beyoncé didn't come to admire art that night. They came to touch what exists behind it. And whatever they touched never went back to sleep. It's been months since that night at the museum, but I can still hear it, that low vibration, the sound that wasn't sound. Sometimes it hums through the walls of my apartment, like the city itself is breathing in the same rhythm. I haven't spoken to anyone about it. There's nothing to tell that wouldn't sound insane. The police reports said nothing unusual happened. The museum opened again. The missing painting was dismissed as a storage error. And yet, sometimes, I see them, not in person, in reflections. The first time was in a puddle after a storm. I bent down to tie my shoes and saw two figures standing behind me. Elegant, motionless, a woman in gold, a man in black. When I turned around, there was no one. But the puddle kept rippling, as if something had just stepped through it. At night, I stopped turning on the lights. Mirrors, windows, even my phone screen. They all showed me things that weren't there. I began to understand what that box was. It wasn't an object. It was a door. And doors don't always open one way. Sometimes I dream of the Louvre. The halls are empty, the air thick with dust and whispers. Beyoncé walks ahead of me, her footsteps echoing endlessly, and Jay-Z follows her, eyes vacant, his hands trembling slightly. They don't speak. They don't need to. They look at me, not to see me, but to check if I've changed. I wake up drenched in sweat. The clock always reads 3:07 a.m., the same minute the power went out that night. And every time, in the dark corner of my room, there's a faint golden light, like a reflection that has no source. I tried to escape it once. I took a train out of Paris, left everything behind. But reflections follow you everywhere. In the window of the train, I saw their faces again. Only this time, they smiled. Not the kind of smile that comforts, the kind that knows something you don't. Now I keep the mirrors covered. I sleep during the day, because night is when the walls begin to breathe again. And sometimes between waking and dreaming, I hear that low hum rising beneath the city, the same frequency I felt in the museum. It's stronger now, closer. I don't think Jay-Z and Beyoncé ever left the Louvre. Not completely. Somewhere beneath the galleries, beneath the marble and the paintings, something woke up that night. And it's still using their faces. The world sees them shining, perfect, untouchable. But I've seen what shines behind their eyes. And every time I blink, I see the box, and I feel it waiting, like a heartbeat in the dark. Halloween again. Exactly 1 year since that night. Paris feels different now, quieter, colder, as if the city itself is holding its breath. Every street I walk feels like a memory I never lived. The lights shimmer too long before fading, and every reflection stretches, distorts, almost breathes. I told myself I wouldn't come back, but the dreams haven't stopped. They've grown louder, more deliberate, like someone calling my name through the walls. And last night, when I opened my eyes, I wasn't in my apartment. I was standing in the museum again, the same corridor, the same hum. Only this time, the box was open. I bought a ticket today, pretending to be a tourist. The Louvre looked ordinary in daylight, crowds moving like sleepwalkers beneath the glass pyramid. No one knew what happened here. No one knew the light beneath their feet was still alive. Inside, the air felt heavier. Every painting seemed to watch me as I passed. Some smiled, some frowned, but all of them recognized me. I followed the same path as before, through the marble hallways, past the sculptures, down to the lower levels closed for renovation. No guards, no sound, just the faint scent of burnt wax and something sweet. The same scent from that night. The door was there, sealed, but not locked. I pushed it open. The room was smaller than I remembered. The box sat in the center, pulsing faintly with golden light, as if it had a heartbeat of its own. And beside it, two figures, a woman in gold, a man in black. Beyoncé turned first. Her eyes weren't eyes anymore. They shimmered like pools of mercury, reflecting things that couldn't exist. Jay-Z followed, his expression calm, almost gentle. He said nothing, but I heard his voice inside my head, 1,000 whispers layered together, all speaking the same word. Return. The box began to open wider. The air folded in on itself, and the walls around us rippled like liquid glass. I saw the city outside twist and dissolve. The reflections in the mirrors weren't reflections anymore. They were windows. Through them, I saw other versions of this room, other nights, other people. All of them staring back, all of them trapped. Beyoncé reached out her hand. Her skin shimmered like gold dust. When she touched me, I saw flashes, stages, cameras, oceans of faces worshipping their image. But behind it all was something ancient, something hungry, using fame as a mask to feed. JayZ stepped closer, his voice deep and hollow. We didn't open it. We became it. Then the light consumed everything. I don't know how long I was gone. When I woke, I was outside, near the Seine. The city was silent. My phone showed no date, no time, only a reflection of my face. Except, it wasn't just my face anymore. Behind me, faint but visible, stood a man and a woman, smiling. Now I understand. The box was never meant to contain something. It was meant to spread. Every reflection, every photo, every screen, they're all doors. And once you've looked long enough, it looks back. So if you ever find yourself in Paris on Halloween and you hear a low hum beneath the glass pyramid, don't follow it. Don't look into the mirrors. Because what you'll see staring back might already know your name.